Okay, so we just kind of finished up the video player structure over here. It obviously still needs a bit of work, but we are moving along nicely and we've made it now to the footer area. Now let's take a quick look at the footer and see what we're doing here. Uh, oh, this one's a bit of a challenge. So there aren't any grid lines kind of breaking it down for us. So let's take a quick look at what's happening here. Let's look at the entire section in its entirety here. So we have two areas, the upper and the lower, with a darker gray. So the upper area is one container. We have a title here, which is the logo again, and it's taking up the full row, 100% width. Under it, we would have another parent container here with one, two, three containers with text arranged in a row. So I could tell you right now we need a parent container to group these three with Flexbox and display them in a row. And then we have another container under there, which again has one container here, another container there to contain these objects. And these are split left and right, much like the way things are split at the top here between the logo and the navigation bar. So we've already kind of performed this operation, and we know that we would just need to group it with a div container around both, and using stuff like Flexbox and Grow, we can probably split this up nicely and arrange it. So let's go ahead and construct this, keeping in mind what it is we're doing. One big block, one small block below, big block broken down into sections for content, same thing with the one below. So let's tackle one at a time and see how far we can get. So, oh, look at that. We already have in our CSS a footer class, so we can target the footer. There's already a footer top block area and a footer bottom block area, which means in our source code, we probably have that structure already set up. There it is. So here's our footer. Here's the upper container right there, top block, and then the lower container beneath it. So as we said here, we need a couple of things happening. One is we need a div class. We're going to call this the footer logo. And here we'll put the Fakegency logo for now. Under that, we need a parent container. And this we'll call the div with a class of footer grid, because it's nice to be consistent. And this grid will have three containers in it. Div, this is going to be called silo 1. And I'm just going to copy that two more times. Now, a silo is the name they give to these columns in the footer, which are just vertically stacked bunches of text. One of those industry quirks names. So silo 2 and silo 3. Okay, and just to understand what it is we're doing here, we're building out this block here, 1, 2, 3, and these are called silos. And obviously they're stacked vertically here. We're going to clean that up by adding to our footer grid class a little Flexbox action. So let's go do that right away. So footer top block, I'm going to keep it close in proximity with that, and we're going to say dot footer grid display, and keep your eye on the page on the right. There it is. Display flex. So we have silo 1, 2, and 3. Yeehaw. We also have the logo at the top. It's already taking up the full width of the row, so that's the kind of behavior we want. That's pretty good then. Not much else left to do here. Let's tackle the bottom block. The bottom block has copyright info. So we need 2 containers here, one for the copyright, the other one for the social media. So this is div class footer copyright. And we'll just throw in a little symbol here, 2025. All rights reserved. Okay, that's fine. And adjacent to that, we're going to create another div container. And we're going to call this footer social media. And we're going to insert some social media links in there. For now, just placeholders. Okay, now we have to select a way to turn this into a Flexbox gizmo. My question here is, do we need a parent container to do that? Or can we just assign it directly to the bottom block, which is this container here, which can serve already as a parent container? If I look at our design here, there's nothing else really interfering with that. So you know what? Let's save some code and do that. We're going to just say our footer bottom block is going to have some flex action happening. Bingo. All right. So these are the social media. And we can target, what did we name these? These are, one is the footer copyright, the other is the footer social media. Let's give it their own. So footer copyright and footer social media. There we go. Now the reason why we want to target these as well is we want these to stretch out using flex grow, and we want to split them evenly, so I would put a flex grow on the other one as well. And we'll let the browser do the math and split the difference so that they're always even. And that's it. Now we have our upper and lower areas. We have our content placeholders in place. And guess what, folks? That's the structure for the footer. And if you scroll upwards, we pretty much have everything accounted for. It doesn't look pretty, but 80% of the work is done. This is where you're going to have most of your problems. And now you can start tackling visuals. And we'll do that in the next video. Now comes the time where we go in and start polishing things up and making them look super slick. See you in the next one.